On March 1st of 2023, the United Arab Emirates established a new tax residency criteria, and the criteria essentially specified the requirements for individuals to be considered tax residents here in the UAE, both domestically and internationally. My name is Cheyenne from GenZone, and we help individuals from all around the world set up their company here in the UAE, obtain residency, open personal and business bank accounts to fully establish in Dubai. So if you're looking to do the same thing, be sure to book a call with the link in our description. So as stated in the new rules that came into effect on March 1st of 2023, an individual can be considered a tax resident of the UAE in three situations. Situation number one, the individual has their primary place of residence here in the UAE and the center of their financial and personal interests are in the UAE. The primary place of residence is a furnished house, apartment, or home that can be continuously available to the individual on an ongoing basis and does not have to be owned but can be rented. And an individual's center of financial and personal interests can include owning a business in the UAE, having a job, having some family, some cultural activities, or owning a property in the UAE. Situation number two, the individual was physically present in the United Arab Emirates for 183 days or more in a consecutive 12-month period. And situation number three, the individual was physically present in the UAE for 90 days or more in a consecutive 12-month period and has one of the following. The individual is a UAE national. The individual is a GCC national. Or the individual holds a valid residence permit in the UAE where the person has a permanent place to live, or where the person has permanent employment or a business in the UAE. So those are the three situations where a person can be considered a UAE tax resident. And of course, if you can relate to one of those situations, then we can apply for what's called a tax residency certificate, which is an official document showing that you're a tax resident of the United Arab Emirates. Overall, there are two types of tax residency certificates an individual can apply for. The tax residency certificate for domestic tax purposes, or the tax residency certificate for international treaty tax purposes. The domestic tax residency certificate essentially establishes an individual's status as a tax resident within the domestic tax laws of the individual's issuing country. Now, the domestic tax residency certificate is primarily used for complying with local tax obligations and regulatory requirements. It's completely based on domestic tax laws, and the criteria is set by the issuing country, in this case, the United Arab Emirates. And of course, with the situations priorly mentioned in this video, if you are physically present in the UAE for 90 days or more in a consecutive 12-month period, and you have a business here in the UAE, then you are eligible to apply for a domestic tax residency certificate. Now, the second tax residency certificate that you can apply for is the tax residency certificate for international treaty tax purposes. Now, this tax residency certificate came into play to verify that you are a resident of the country for the purpose of claiming benefits under the double tax agreement. The double tax agreement, also known as the DTA, is a bilateral agreement between two or more countries, in this case the United Arab Emirates and another country, to avoid double taxation of income. And of course, this tax residency certificate for international treaty tax purposes is mostly used on an international level to eliminate any tax obligations in a country where you may earn an income or have some ties, but you're not a resident. So those were the criteria to be considered a tax resident of the UAE, along with the potential tax residency certificates that you can apply for here in the United Arab Emirates. If you have any questions related to this topic, or you're looking to establish your own company here in the United Arab Emirates to then become a resident and open personal and business bank accounts, be sure to book a call with the link in our description, and our team at GenZone will be happy to assist you.